Hi, I'm Chetan, the CEO and co-founder of Macromata, and I'm excited to welcome you to Macromata's inaugural Developer Week, our week-long asynchronous event to connect with folks like you, developers, engineers, architects, product managers, and technology leaders who are solving interesting and complex business and technology problems at the intersection of cloud and data. If you're new to Macromata, let's first start by telling you a little bit about us. Macromata is a serverless edge computing platform and cloud service for building global, real-time, data-driven apps. Macromata in many ways is the anti-cloud cloud because it's designed with a decentralized distributed network-like architecture where we run your cloud apps in many different regions around the world, all at the same time instead of a single region like you would on the public cloud. This is so that we can put your apps and its data as close to users and the real world because, frankly, that's where all the action and the fun stuff is. So instead of an API request going to your backend in a far, far away region to be serviced, with Macromata, you pick multiple cities, countries, continents where your apps will run. And then your apps run in New York, in Atlanta, in Dallas, San Francisco, maybe Tokyo, Singapore, Jakarta, Bombay, Tel Aviv, Dubai, Frankfurt, Paris, and all at the same time. And it's not just the app, but all the data as well that gets distributed and replicated with consistency guarantees. And this is so that all the requests are served always locally, instantly, accurately, and with consistent state. Macromata gives you access to more than 170 such worldwide regions to build global apps and API backends on, so that when users use your app that's powered by Macromata, that app is anywhere from 50 to 200 times faster than the same app running in the public cloud. This is, of course, depending on where it's accessed from. Now, this means that a request to an API or a backend microservice in our network from anywhere in the world returns in 50 milliseconds or less, depending, for 90% of all requests, or what's called the P90th percentile. And for the P95th percentile, that's 100 milliseconds. So all that stuff that the backend needs to do, like query, insert, update, delete, do a complex join, fire up a function, run a container, send the data back to the requesting device as JSON, maybe that's a mobile app, a web app, what have you. All of that is instantaneous. We're not just talking low latency, folks. We're talking ultra low latency. And it brings incredible performance and benefits to your app and users, and it makes them love your products even more. Developers and engineers like you are building global apps and APIs on Macromata for all kinds of interesting and amazing use cases. You are using our 3 core capabilities to connect data and put an API on that data using our global data mesh. You are building globally distributed microservices using functions and containers on our edge compute runtime, and then implementing global data protection policies to be able to do in-region processing, data vaulting, tokenization, and data serving to ensure that your apps are able to run in different countries at the same time while still complying with all the local data sovereignty laws and regulatory frameworks that they may be a part of. This week, we'll be talking to our customers on Thursday, folks like Tapalytics DevCycle, AppSec Engineer, Arrive, on how they use Macromata to build these kinds of amazing global apps and replace slow and expensive platform services on AWS, on Google, on Azure, and more. But most importantly, how do they leverage our global data network to really differentiate themselves and build impossible apps in minutes and hours and not months and sometimes years? To help developers build the apps of tomorrow today, we're announcing a whole suite of new product features on Tuesday, the 8th of November. We will be talking about features such as real-time complex event processing on your data inside our data mesh, or adding search without needing to spin up an expensive cluster and run things like Elastic, for example. We'll also introduce support for Postgres SQL, which I'm really excited about because we will speak Postgres SQL natively from now onwards. And we'll also make a Redis connector available so you can use us like Redis. And on Wednesday the 9th, we'll be announcing our partnership with the OG of edge computing, Akamai. We'll be speaking with Akamai Labs SVP and CTO Andy Champagne at a wonderful fireside chat and announcing the availability of powerful integrations for building apps and APIs that are built in Macromata, but with a click of a button, run directly on Akamai's edge network, composed of 4,000 or more locations around the world. We'll also be releasing a full platform sample application for video streaming, showing you how you can build something like Netflix or Disney Plus or Hulu all completely at the edge, including bringing all those backend services like login and authentication, customizing the front page with, recommendations, using search, real-time search, using graphs on top of content catalogs to show interesting things to people who, are trying to find new content to watch. And a very cool and exciting capability called Watch Party that shows you how to use synchronous and asynchronous event-based hooks to do things like stream a video concurrently to lots of people at the same time, so they all see the same screen, the same timestamp, and watch the whole movie together while they can chat and interact with each other virtually. And then finally on Friday, you'll hear from our partner and collaborator, Dish Wireless, who is building the most amazing wireless cloud platform. Dish is disrupting the entire telecom industry by building a network on cloud-native principles. And Dish and Macromata are integrating the Dish Wireless network tightly together so that you don't just build an application on Macromata, but with a few clicks, you can also create a custom 5G network on Dish for your application and then deploy your application directly on Dish across thousands of locations in the United States and provide ultra-low latency to that application. This and many more exciting features, such as our powerful data connectors platform, a serverless ingest ETL tool, as well as a new exciting partnership for a low-code front end with our partner Tangle.io, are things that we're going to be talking about on Friday. So this week promises to be an exciting opportunity for all of us to get to know each other, learn, grow, and share this amazing thing called the edge with each other. And last but not least, this week, Macromata is celebrating its 5th birthday on November the 11th. And I can't think of a better way to mark this amazing and happy occasion than to share the magic of Macromata and the Global Data Network with all of you. I'm Chetan Venkatesh, and on behalf of my co-founder Durga Gokina and the hundreds of Macromatans in 14 countries around the world, welcome to Developer Week 2022.